Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we are going to go through the Helldivers control group Warbond, all the weapons and armors, and yeah, kind of like give my feedback on it, see what I kind of like let you guys know what I think, how I felt like it plays out. So we've had it for a while now. I played it over the weekend with friends and things like that. I have a little bit of a good idea on how the Warbond performs. So it is a good Warbond, right? It's not like an amazing Warbond, in my opinion, but then again, it could be an amazing Warbond. But it is a good Warbond. It has some really fun stuff which provides a lot of different utility. So let's just quickly get through it, right? So first, let's talk about the two armors, the new AD-26 Bleeding Edge and the new AD-49 Apollonian, right? One is the so it's a no, it's a normal, it's a regular medium armor and a heavy armor. So this passive, I would say the passive in this is proper S tier. This is one of the best passives I've seen in a while, right? It's a really good passive. So it provides a one-time short-lived resuscitation upon death, given the Helldiver's body is still intact. So what it means is, if your limbs are still intact, if your head is still intact, you get a second life. But it is a limited second life, right? It's not like you live. It's not like you just revive yourself. It's basically you revive yourself, but your health will drain once again, right? It'll drain until you die once again. You could prolong this effect by stimming yourself, but once you run out of stims, or if you use a stim pistol, you can prolong it even further, but once you run out of stims, yeah, you will die. This increases stim effect duration by 2 seconds as well, so that is also neat. This pairs well with the experimental infusion booster, so you get the sprinting speed, the damage debuff, everything, unstoppable, all the unstoppable effects for a lot longer. So this pairs well in that, and it provides also 50% arc damage resistance. Now that is really good, given with the new arc grenade, the arc grenade launcher that came in the previous Warbond, all the new arc weapons and things like that. So this is quite neat. It's a really good passive. The only problem I would say is, for the time being, there is a bug, right? So when the armor passive kicks in, the game lets you know that you're currently in the passive because your health bar becomes red. This black and white filter takes over your screen, and this weird static echoish, the audio becomes very weird, static and echoish, right? It's an annoying sound, and sometimes your audio gets stuck like that, right? Even though you respawn, or even though you exit the mission and you go back to the main menu, the audio just gets stuck there, right? And it just becomes unbearable and unplayable at that point. So yeah, just watch out for that bug. It doesn't always occur. It just randomly occurs whenever the passive kicks in. So they might have patched it already, but yeah, just watch out for that. All right, moving on. The new AR, the VG70 variable. Now this is a very interesting AR, right? A lot of people didn't like it because it's just light armor penetrating. So the Liberator penetrator, the new pacifier, is still awesome weapons in that regard. But this performs a lot of utility. Now this has a lot of different settings, right? You could set up the distance of the spread of the rifle, right, which is not really that big. You can just set up the RPM of the rifle. So this only matters in the auto mode, the assault rifle mode. So where it's shooting, where it's shooting like a Gatling gun, right? So that's when the RPM, I would say, really matters. It just increases the rate of your fire. But more than that is the fire, the fire options available is what really matters here. So in auto, it functions like a normal AR, right, with almost zero recoil, mind you. It's amazing to lay down some suppressive fire, take care of some, take care of like a horde of enemies, quickly shred through the bugs or the wartless, things like that. And yeah, it's quite decent in that regard. Next up is the volley. The volley firing mode turns the gun into pretty much like a shotgun, I would say, like a little bit less than a shotgun. Because of the light arm penetrating, you might feel it's a bit of a lacking version of any other shotgun, but still it's quite good. You could quickly take on some heavy brute commanders and things like that with a few quick shots. The only difference is that it'll consume the magazine faster. It just shoots more bullets from the magazine at the same time. And finally, the total firing mode. Now this is crazy. I think the damage from this total firing mode is kind of like an autocannon shell, or maybe a little bit less than an autocannon shell damage. You can use this to take out a few, Shrieker Nest, although it'll take a few shots, right? It's not like a one shot thing. It'll take a few shots. A Spore Tree, some soft targets like that. You can easily take them out. You need to, however, fire this only in. You can only fire this in prone mode, right? If you're standing, it'll always shoot and knock you back, right? So you always need to fire this prone just to so that you aim at the target correctly, and yeah. So yeah, this weapon offers 3 different fire modes. Basically, it's like 3 different weapons in one, right? So it's like an AR or shotgun, and maybe like something like the Eruptor Sniper in the total firing mode. So because of that, I would say the variable is like kind of like an A tier, because it just so many things, right? You can just do so many things with it. Moving on, the new heavy weapon, the Epoch, the energy-based heavy weapon, the Epoch. Now this is a very difficult one. When I first started using this, I did not like it at all. Then once I got the hang of the charge time, right, which is where you charge, you hold it and charge, and then once you see the last blue blip at the end of your barrel, that's when you need to release for the maximum damage output. If you hold it for too long, it'll explode. The weapon itself will get destroyed, so you can't reclaim it. So yeah. So even at the max charge, the shot still feels like it does less damage. It does an okay amount of damage. I think it's intended to be like that because like it does have a decent ammo capacity. I think you have like 3 shots per magazine, and you have 4 mags. So because of that, but still, like, you just feel like when you use it at times, you feel like it just does less damage. You can use it to take out some soft targets easily as well. It shoots it in an arc, so you need to be careful of the trajectory you're aiming at. But yeah, it just feels like for a heavy weapon, it just does less damage at times. So I mean, because of that, you feel like you have better alternatives, like the air rocket launcher, or the recoilless launcher, the quasar cannons, and things like that. So you just feel like you have better alternatives. I think if they just up the damage output a bit, like buff it just the damage a little bit more, I think then it'll be quite okay. So yeah, because of that, I just feel weird using this weapon time. So I just don't think it's really that good. But I mean, like, at times you find success. At times you just feel like, oh shit. Well, I mean, when using this weapon, I'd rather just have an empty stratagem slot. Next, the new laser sentry. I mean, I really don't see a difference. Like, it performs exactly the same as a Gatling turret. Or an autocannon or a rocket sentry, exact same. It just performs the exact same functionality, except it's just a heavy armor penetrating laser. Difference being that this could overheat itself. So if it's shooting at something like a Strider, something that soaks up a lot of damage, then your laser is pretty much useless, right? That's the only problem, because the laser can overheat and explode on its own. So that's the only drawback. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't feel any different from it. Like, it's just like any other turret, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, like, it's all right. It's all right. It's not nothing It's nothing game changing. But yeah. Next up, the G31 arc grenade. Now, this is a very interesting grenade. I think the problem is, so basically what happens in this is you toss the grenade. It's like a regular grenade. It takes like 2 seconds, and then it'll explode, shooting arcs like 3-4 times before it goes off. So it's good for like really intense crowd control situations. You could set up like a you could stop enemies from proceeding any further, because the arcs will just keep shooting for a little while. So you can use it in different ways. You can take out it does enough damage to even take out a Hulk, and things like that. But I just feel like you have better alternatives, right? From the previous Warbond, the arc grenade launcher is any of the arc weapons. You just feel like, those just do better. You just have better alternatives. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, like in this slot, usually a lot of people still prefer using the thermite or an impact grenade, like keeping that grenade slot available for things like that, because you just have better alternatives for arc in terms of arc weaponry. So because of that, I just feel like the arc grenade is okay, because you can't even use the grenade to like take out bunkers or take out objectives and things like that, right? It can't blow out hive nests or anything like that. So there is a drawback to it. So yeah, because of that, I just feel like it's a bit useless at this point. Finally, the warp pack, the best item so far in the game. Now this is truly an awesome, fun stratagem pack, right? Just like the hover pack, you call it down, put it on your backpack, and you can start teleporting. So you can use it to get out of tight situations, you can use it to get into situations, you can use it to get through walls, you can use it to teleport behind an enemy, like behind an Hulk, and shoot it in the weak point, or you know, if a charge is charging at you, just teleport away from it or teleport through it, behind it. You can teleport into enemies and explode them on appearance. Like if you teleport into a fellow Helldiver, they will die as well. They will explode and die. So yeah, you just need to watch out where you teleport into, because if you teleport into something like a bile spewer, it'll die, but you'll get hit by all the bile and you'll die yourself. So yeah, this makes, sometimes, like, all the stealth builds sometimes people use, kind of like the ones with the diligence and the recon armors and stuff like that, because this is a very mobile build, right? This gives you a lot of mobility. You can quickly get into kind of like, for example, objectives, kind of such as the jammer, the stratagem jammer, for bots, or the tower objective for bots. You can quickly get into it, call down the hell bomb, and just get out, right? You don't need to face the enemies. You can quickly, depending on how you walk in, you can TP through the walls, TP up at certain angles. You can just quickly TP in, set the stuff down, and TP out before the bots even know what happened. So yeah, because of that, this provides just a whole new different way of playing. It is really ST at this point, and like, I really have fun using it. Only thing is, like, because of the backpack slot that it takes, and that you can't use like a really good heavy ordnance rifle, kind of like the recoilless rifle or autocannon and thing like that. Choosing your build needs to be done carefully. So you can take something like a quasar cannon or a laser cannon, or whatever it is you prefer. So you need to be a bit careful about your build about it, because of the backpack slot that it takes. But yeah, other than it, I just feel like this is a really good, just like the hover pack that came in, just provides you a different style of gameplay. So yeah, there you guys have it, the control group Warbond. I hope you guys have fun playing using the new Warbond as well. If you guys are using it, do let me know in the comments below how you guys find it, what do you guys think about the weapons, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Till next time then, bye bye.